Hey guys, Oscar Combs here with the ISO 9001 group. And today I want to provide a management system tip on establishing key performance indicators for your processes. Now, we all know that all of our processes in our organization, they must be controlled. And to control them, we need to measure them to ensure that the processes are actually producing what they're supposed to produce. So therefore, the output. So all processes in our organization are made up of inputs and outputs. And so what we need to do as an organization is to measure the output of our processes to make sure that the processes are effective. So let's get into this management system tip today. Before we get into the tip, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Oscar Combs. I'm the senior consultant here at the ISO 9001 group. I have over 23 years of experience providing consulting, auditing, and training for various companies, small size, mid-size, large companies as well. I'm an exemplar certified lead auditor and a principal management consultant. So why is it important to establish KPIs for our processes? Well, the first thing that I want to point out is that KPIs can be established for all of your processes within your organization. So this could be an administrative process, a production processes, but every process in your organization has an input and has an output, and it can be measured. Now, I'm not saying that you need to establish a KPI for all of your processes. I'm just simply saying that all of your processes can have KPIs. Secondly, establishing KPIs provides the organization the ability to see if the processes are actually achieving their intended outputs. So every process in your organization has been designed to do something. And so we need to make sure that we're able to measure the output of the process to ensure that it's doing what it was designed to do. Thirdly, establishing KPIs gives us the ability to establish targets and tolerances so that we can monitor and control the process. Without having a target for a process, we cannot measure it. So we need to establish a baseline target of what the process is designed to achieve. Now, once we have a target established, and if the process is not meeting the target, we can now fine-tune the process. We can calibrate it. We can make changes so that we can get the desired output of our processes. And then my last point of why it's important to establish KPIs for your processes is that it helps you prioritize your resources. You know, in a business, there's a lot of moving parts, and so we have to put our focus on the things that are going to give us the best return of our time. And establishing a KPI for your process gives you the ability to do that. So I would like to provide you with a quick example of how you can establish KPIs for your processes within your organization. So what we're looking at here is called a process interaction map. And a process interaction map is a high-level depiction of your processes. It doesn't get into all the details of all the steps of all of your processes, but it does show us all of our processes and how they interact with each other. So as we talked about, a process is designed to achieve something. And so the output is what it's achieving. So let's just say, for example, in our marketing process here, the output of the marketing process should be opportunities for the organization or requests for quotes. So the first thing that I want to point out is that your KPI should be identified at the output. All right, so we can see here that we have identified the output of the marketing process to be RFQs. And so this is where we should establish our target, our tolerance on the process. Now, once we've done that, we can establish the KPI itself. So how many RFQs do we want the marketing process to generate? So that would be the target of the marketing process or the output. Now, once we establish the target, now we can measure how many RFQs did we achieve, and then maybe we want to also look at how many RFQs are we actually winning. All right, so I've just kind of given you this example, but you can do these 3 steps at any output along the way in your processes and for any process within your organization. So let's look at an example. All right, so what we have here is a process performance scorecard. Now, you can see that we've identified the process here, the target output for the process, and we've also kind of looked at the target broken out daily, weekly, and monthly. So for us to achieve this target of 50, we're saying on a daily basis we need to have 2 RFQs. On a weekly basis we need to have 12 so that we can end up with 50 at the end of the month. So I'm a big believer in breaking your target down so that we can make adjustments throughout the month or throughout the week so that we can have a better opportunity of actually reaching the target. But without having a KPI, I would not be able to do that. Now that I have the KPI, I can now measure the actual output of the process. So here we can see that our marketing process is generating 30 RFQs in January. Now it didn't meet our target, which was 50. We can also see in February that the marketing process generated 25 RFQs and then 20 in March. So we can clearly see that we need to make some adjustments in the marketing process so that we can achieve our goal of 50 RFQs per month. Now again, you can do this exercise for any process within your organization. It could be an administrative process. It can also be a production process or even a process in the field. So the important thing to know is that for us to control our process, we first have to establish a KPI for it, and we need to be able to measure the KPI. So hopefully you found this management system tip valuable, and if you did, I would ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also like and follow us on your favorite social media site. Oscar Combs here with the ISO 9001 Group, helping organizations improve their operations and reduce their risk. Talk to you soon.